Hello and welcome back to Didsbury Art Studio. I'm Sally and in today's video we're going to be doing a beaded smocking project.
So I had this from a charity shop quite a while ago actually. I think it was one of the videos that I did on fabric slashing. So I'm thinking I'm still into this colour satin fabric. So I'm going to cut this up along here and I may well use some of this lining from there. And I'm going to do some beading with smocking today.
I've decided to take the widest part, which is the bat wing sleeve, and I'm just using my pinking shears again, which I always use, and I'm just going to cut that off like so. And I'm just deciding on whether I need to trim it down a little bit, maybe a bit. And I'm going to iron it on the front and the back to get rid of the creases. And now I'm going to mark off every centimetre down the width, and I'm also going to do that down the length. I've filled the whole lot with centimetre squares with a water-soluble pen. And I'm going to start on the left-hand side, and you can see that I've done the first stitch as a normal runner stitch, and then I've added the bead on, and then I'm doing a normal runner stitch the width of a centimetre, and then I'm back on to adding a purl, and you do that all the way to the other side. And also to say that I've used double thickness thread, and I've tried to sort of link in my thread colour with the colour of the fabric. And when you come to the end of the thread, just leave a small amount dangling off, and that'll be the amount of thread that we pull later on. So next up you go to the next row above, and whereas I started with a runner stitch on the previous row, this time I start with the purl bead, and you do it alternate bead, stitch, space, bead, stitch, space, as you can see. And I go all the way to the other end, and I'm literally going to speed this up, and I'm going to get as much done as I can until I run out of some pearl beads, which may not get me to the top, to be honest with you. So we'll see how far I can get. On this piece, I've used several different types of pearl colours. It really doesn't matter kind of what you want to add. It may be crystal beads. I'm thinking I might try some of those out. I might change up the scale of the beads, but yeah, I've got a few different subtle colour differences in these beads, and so we'll see how that comes out. So there we go, I've nearly finished, done several rows, and I've trimmed it off at the top and I've turned it over so that I can pull the threads from that left hand side. Now if I was to do this again, I'd probably put my right hand, underneath the threads and push the fabric across, but as it happens, you can see I'm just gradually pulling it across. Now those double thickness of threads that we use to sew with, they should hold and not snap. Mine didn't snap, so I just used normal sewing machine thread and pulled it as far across as I can, and then I'll gather 2 threads at a time and I'll tie a double knot and pull it quite tight. And then finally the last thing to do would be just again to sponge off the water erasable pen that's on there.
So I hope you enjoyed this video today on beaded smocking, and don't forget to like and subscribe, it always helps, and I'll see you in the next video. All right then, have a good week, bye.